One small error could cost you your independence if you're over 60 and decluttering your house. When I threw out what I believed to be mere clutter, I discovered they were actually keeping me safe and free. I had to learn this lesson the hard way. Today I'll outline 6 crucial decluttering errors made by seniors, offer doable, senior-friendly solutions to steer clear of them, and discuss one game-changing tactic that preserved both my house and my independence. Stay tuned for the revelation that took me by surprise and altered my life. Have you ever regretted throwing something out? Leave a comment below with it. Let's embark on this enlightening adventure. Welcome to our channel, which aims to make life safer, wiser, and stronger for seniors like you after the age of 60. By creating more space and restoring your sense of control over your surroundings, decluttering your home can seem like a breath of fresh air. For seniors, however, a single mistake can transform their safe haven into a dangerous place, jeopardizing the freedom they have fought so hard to preserve. We're going to examine 6 typical decluttering errors that may jeopardize your freedom today. We'll follow the tale of Jane, a 68-year-old retiree who believed that simplifying her life by getting rid of her house would be easier. But a horrific fall taught her a harsh lesson about what counts most. When you began decluttering, have you ever felt overburdened or perhaps made a mistake you later regretted? Leave a comment below with your tale. We'll provide you senior-friendly advice on how to maintain a secure, useful, and happy home. Additionally, a doctor-approved final method that has changed thousands of lives. Hit like right now and let's get started if you're prepared to declutter properly. By the end, you'll have a well-defined, doable plan for designing a house that promotes your independence and gives you comfort. To ensure you don't miss a crucial piece of advice on flourishing after 60, subscribe and hit the bell. Starting today, let's transform your house into a haven rather than a danger. Throwing grass bars and supports and removing safety aids too soon. Decluttering can make you feel in charge of your home and like you're recovering your space. However, taking away safety features like handrails, grabbers, or portable ramps can be a risky mistake for elders that jeopardizes their freedom. After years of collecting possessions, Jane, a 68-year-old retiree, set out to simplify her home. She saw her bathroom grab bar, a simple metal rod by the shower, as an eyesore that she wished to remove as a reminder of her aging. She took it off in her decluttering rage, believing that she could still manage without it. 3 days later, she just avoided a serious injury when she slipped while coming out of the shower, her heart racing as she caught herself on the wash basin. Her viewpoint was altered by the wake-up call that came from that near miss. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate that falls cause more than 800,000 hospital admissions among seniors each year. Additionally, basic tools like grab bars can cut the danger of falls by as much as 50%. These tools aren't clutter for elders. They serve as lifelines, safeguarding your freedom to reside in your own house. Jane's tale is not the only one. You know, a lot of elderly people who are eager to simplify their lives and clean wind up getting rid of things they believe they no longer need, only to find themselves in a difficult situation. For people over 65, falls are really the main cause of injury-related mortality. The good news is that, with the correct care, they may be substantially avoided. To make sure your house is a secure refuge for many years to come, it's important to know what to keep, how to adapt it to your lifestyle, and when to get professional help. Before you test, try to live without any safety aids for a week before taking them off, but do it safely. Okay? Use temporary supports like a sturdy chair or walker, or have a family member, friend, or carer close by. Can you move with assurance without assistance? It's best to keep it in place for your own safety if you feel shaky, nervous, or even a little wobbly. Now, if you're bothered by the appearance of safety aids, think about updating for both style and functionality. Bulky ones can be swapped out for elegant contemporary ones that complement the style of your house. Nowadays, a lot of businesses provide grab bars that combine safety and style, by functioning as towel racks or handrails that go along with your interior design. Simply search for senior living-focused solutions at home, renovation stores, or internet merchants. Additionally, remember to get advice from an expert. Please make an appointment with an occupational therapist for a home safety assessment. They are able to evaluate your mobility requirements and suggest assistive devices that fit your house and way of life. Make sure to check with your clinician to determine whether you qualify for Medicare, which may pay some of the fees for these evaluations. Reassess frequently. Don't forget, review your safety aids every 6 months to be sure they're still meeting your needs, because your mobility may alter over time. Imagine 70-year-old Sarah removing her stair railing because she believed she was stable enough without it. She was shaken after one shaky ascent up the stairs, her knees shaking as she clutched the wall for stability. In the end, she put in a chic wooden rail that complemented the traditional design of her house. She now climbs with assurance, knowing that she is safe and that her house still reflects her unique flair. Have you ever regretted taking out a safety aid? Or have you developed a favorite safety gadget that has enabled you to maintain your independence? Tell us in the space provided below. Imagine how liberating it would be to go around your house without worrying about falling. These aids are meant to protect that. Your self-reliance, self-assurance, and capacity to live life as you see fit. The next error might leave you fatigued before you even realize it, even though it sounds innocuous. Nowadays, minimalism is a fashionable trend that promises a calm, clutter-free, and spacious open home. However, elders may lose those important rest areas if they remove too much furniture, and that can seriously deplete your vitality, turning everyday chores into tiresome marathons. During her decluttering binge, Jane, for instance, gave away her entryway bench because she felt it was taking up extra room and didn't fit with her idea of a minimalist home. She soon discovered that she was too tired to stop and regain her breath while simply making her way from her kitchen to her bedroom. Strategic furniture placement is more than simply aesthetics for elders. In order to preserve your independence, it's important to assist mobility and conserve energy. According to the National Institute on Aging, seniors who are fatigued are at a significantly higher risk of falling. Thus, having rest areas can help you stay active and safe. To be honest, Jane's experience served as a wake-up call. She became aware that she was avoiding certain areas of her home, such as the office upstairs, because she was unable to take breaks during the journey. Decor isn't the only use for furniture. In actuality, it's a tool for maintaining independence and activity. When too much is removed, basic chores like making dinner, doing the laundry, or getting the mail become difficult and restrict your ability to enjoy your house to the fullest. Count the number of steps you take while you walk around your house. Are you able to walk 10 steps without getting tired? If not, adding a solid chair or bench in strategic locations, such as living rooms, corridors, or close to stairs, is a smart idea. To make sitting and standing easier, make sure each seat has armrests. When selecting furniture, choose chairs or stools that are portable, lightweight, and simple to move about as needed. Foldable choices provide you versatility without adding clutter, making them ideal for tiny settings. To support your joints and back, look for ergonomic designs with firm cushions. Additionally, make sure the furniture is positioned so you can stand and sit comfortably. Steer clear of impediments that could trip you up or block your route. Walk your typical routes and take a seat to rest to test this. Does it feel comfortable and natural? Remember to include friends and relatives as well. To identify places that require rest zones, ask a loved one to accompany you on a walk around your house. To ensure that your design actually complements your daily routine, they can provide a new viewpoint and assist with furniture moving if necessary. Consider David, a 73-year-old who, wanted to free up his space, so he gave away his living room recliner. He found it difficult to fall asleep during household tasks, becoming exhausted midway through grocery shopping or housework. Thus, he placed a little padded stool close to his kitchen. He now handles everyday chores with ease, taking breaks when necessary without becoming exhausted or running the risk of falling. Does your house offer enough places for you to relax? Where do you prefer to stop and take a breather? Leave a comment below with your configuration. Imagine having enough of energy to go around your house knowing that you can get a good night's sleep anytime you need it. That is the strength of intelligent furniture selections that encourage your self-reliance and keep you moving. This following error tugs at your emotions and may cause you to feel profound regret. Throwing away sentimental objects carelessly. That would be like wiping out priceless memories. Simplifying your home may require you to declutter sentimental objects like pictures, letters, or antiques. However, doing so without a plan can result in years of agonizing regret. Thinking that a box of ancient family letters from her parents were only taking up room in her attic, Jane threw them out in her decluttering rage. She experienced heartbreak months later, recognizing that her childhood notes, her parents' love letters, and stories of their early years were all lost forever. According to research published in the Journal of Gerontology, seniors' mental health is enhanced by nostalgia, which lowers stress, promotes joy, and even enhances cognitive performance. These things are more than just objects. They serve as emotional pillars that bind you to your identity, your family, and your history. Jane learned from her sorrow that clearing up your past is not the same as decluttering. With the correct strategy, you can maintain your emotional health and create a space that encourages your independence and makes you happy while preserving your memories without overcrowding your house. Okay, let's discuss some clever strategies for keeping those priceless memories alive. Start by digitizing them. You can scan your documents, letters, or images using a smartphone software like Google Images or maybe a nearby print shop. You can access them from anywhere at any time by storing them on a USB drive or in a cloud service like Dropbox. To make sure such files are secure for many years to come, don't forget to backup them. Now, another excellent method is to record stories. Make voice recordings or films on your phone that tell the history of treasures. It could be your father's watch or your grandmother's quilt. Even if you choose to give the item as a gift or donate it, these records maintain its significance and help to perpetuate the memories. What if we made a memory box for items you just can't part with, such as a locket, a handwritten letter, or a child's drawing? Keep a small, carefully chosen box. To prevent clutter, try to keep it to a single container that is roughly the size of a shoebox. Keep it somewhere easily accessible, such as a shelf in your closet. Lastly, give a purposeful present. To preserve memories, give sentimental objects to loved ones and tell them the narrative behind them. To ensure it is treasured in a new family, you could, for example, send your daughter her old baby blanket along with a message explaining its value. Consider Emma, a sweet 66-year-old who scanned her parents' wedding pictures before giving the bulky albums to a nearby archive. She now peruses them on her iPad, feeling closer to her family without having to deal with the mess taking up room in her little flat. In order to preserve the memories, Emma also made a film in which she told the tale of her mother's pearl necklace before giving it to her niece. Let me ask you now, is there anything you would never part with? Or have you saved space by digitizing a specific memory? Please feel free to leave a remark below with your tale. Imagine feeling connected to your past without being burdened by clutter, allowing you to relive your favorite experiences whenever you want. That's the gift of smartly keeping your home tidy and your heart full by conserving your past. Let's now talk about something that is frequently ignored: floor dangers. You know, when elders are decluttering, they frequently fail to notice hidden hazards like loose carpets, tangled cords, or congested paths. They might believe that these are unimportant features. Consider Jane. She thought it added elegance to her newly streamlined living room, so she kept a decorative rug there. However, it wasn't secured, and one day it caught her foot, leading her to fall and bruise her hip. She was terrified to wander about freely in her own house, where she had previously felt secure. After that tumble rocked her confidence. According to the National Institute on Aging, 1 in 4 elderly people fall every year, frequently as a result of avoidable household dangers like unsecured wires or rug. Therefore, it's very important to be aware of these threats in order to keep your home safe and cozy. Decluttering involves more than just getting rid of things, as Jane's fall served as a clear reminder. It's about establishing a secure space that encourages your self-reliance and gives you the confidence to wander around. Despite their cunning, floor hazards may be avoided with a little care and attention, allowing you to move around your house without worrying about getting hurt. Examine your floors. Examine each area critically, keeping an eye out for clutter in the walkways, loose rugs, and tangled cords. To clearly see hazards, do this during the day in well-lit areas. For dark areas, use a torch. Rugs can be securely fastened to the floor with non-slip pads or double-sided rug tape. To reduce the chance of tripping, you can even think about getting rid of small throw rugs completely, especially in high-traffic areas like corridors or close to stairs. To keep cables off the ground, use cord covers or bundle them using cable ties. To reduce exposure, root them under furniture or along walls, and make sure they aren't frayed or broken. Examine flooring options for high-traffic areas such as kitchens, bathrooms, and hallways. Consider non-slip flooring, including low-pile carpet or textured vinyl, which significantly lowers the risk of falls and is simple to keep and clean. Consider James, a 71-year-old man who was going to the lavatory at night when he stumbled over a loose cord in his bedroom. Now that he has taped his rugs and used cord coverings, he can move around his house with confidence and is not afraid of falling, which could limit his freedom or send him to the hospital. Is there anything in your house that could cause someone to trip? How did you go about fixing them? Or do you require inspiration? Post your thoughts in the comments section below. Imagine the tranquility that comes from knowing that every action you take is secure and safe. You can have the confidence to live freely in your house with a simple inspection of your floors. When decluttering, it's common to overload storage areas or make storage inaccessible. When you're decluttering, you may find that your daily necessities are difficult to access due to crowded cabinets or closets. This may require you to bend, stretch, or climb in ways that could put you at risk for strain, injury, or even a nasty fall. Consider Jane. During her decluttering, she crammed her kitchen shelves so full that she needed a step stool to get to her favorite coffee mug, which she used every morning. She once stretched a little too far and almost fell, grabbing the counter to stabilize herself as her heart raced. Convenience isn't the only reason why elders need accessible storage. It's about staying safe and, to be honest, being able to carry out everyday duties on your own without endangering your health. Decluttering isn't about putting stuff away in cluttered areas, Jane discovered. It's about making your house work for you and making sure you can easily get what you need. Simple activities like cooking, dressing, or getting prescriptions can become dangerous when storage is overloaded, and it seriously erodes your self-assurance and independence. Give accessibility first priority. To prevent bending or stretching, keep your daily necessities at waist height, between your knees and shoulders. For instance, store regularly used clothing, mugs, plates, and prescriptions in drawers that are easily accessible or on main shelves. Invest in better storage options. For convenient access, install drawer organizers, Lazy Susans, or pull-out shelves. Seniors with limited strength or reach can benefit greatly from these reasonably priced devices, which are sold at most home improvement stores. Donating or recycling items that you haven't used in a year, such as old kitchen gadgets, outdated clothing, or appliances, will help declutter storage spaces. Really, to prevent overcrowding shelves or closets, just store items you use frequently. Remember to test your reach as well. Try reaching for things off shelves without straining or feeling uncomfortable. Reorganize or ask a family member for assistance, relocating things to more accessible locations if it's difficult or feels hazardous. Imagine a 69-year-old woman named Laura climbing a shaky stool that was on the verge of toppling over in order to access canned items in her cabinet. She no longer has to climb or stretch to get what she needs, thanks to pull-out drawers, which has made cooking enjoyable and stress-free once more, while maintaining a safe environment in her kitchen. Which area of your house is the most difficult to store items in? Have you discovered an ingenious solution, such as a pull-out shelf or Lazy Susan? Tell us in the space provided below. Imagine being able to effortlessly and stress-free grab your favorite shoes, cookware, or coffee mug. You deserve that house, where everything's safe and doable. Once you have a clean, organized home and uncluttered surfaces, decluttering seems like a tremendous achievement. However, clutter returns and overwhelms your space and mental clarity if you don't have a method in place to keep it up to date. Following her extensive decluttering, Jane's house looked immaculate, with all surfaces pristine and each room looking airy and welcoming. But in a few months, her haven became a cause of worry as documents, clothing, and trinkets began to accumulate once more. She feared that her home would become unmanageable, and that she would have to depend on others for assistance since she felt confined and powerless. For seniors to preserve their independence, lower their stress levels, and maintain the long-term functionality and safety of their homes, a sustainable plan is essential. Jane learned that decluttering is a continuous process. You know, it's a way of life that calls for little but steady work. She maintains her home neat and manageable with an easy-to-use system that is senior-friendly, allowing her to live as she pleases and enjoy her space worry-free. Make decluttering a daily routine. Every day, dedicate 15 minutes to cleaning a single compact space, such as a drawer, shelf, or countertop. Play music, listen to a podcast, or even watch your favorite show while you do it to make it more fun. This little practice keeps clutter from piling up. Make use of bins with labels. To maintain organization, label donation, recycling, and storage bins clearly. To prevent accumulation in your home, and to recycle things like broken electronics or old papers as soon as possible, drop off donations once a month. Once a month, schedule a clutter check. To identify clutter before stuff becomes out of control, take a walk around your house. Make it a fun routine, maybe over tea or coffee, and involve a friend or family member for accountability. For large wins, start small. Prioritize places that are used frequently, such as the living room, bedroom, or kitchen. Decluttering feels, quite honestly, very doable since small, regular efforts create momentum and avoid overwhelm. Consider Henry, a 67-year-old who watches his favorite evening show while organizing one shelf every day. He maintains a clean home and feels in control since he knows that clutter won't take over his life or his space. Even his monthly clutter check became a delightful ritual with his daughter, and they bonded over organizing and lunch together afterward. Which decluttering technique is your favorite? Or are you having trouble establishing a routine? Leave a comment below with any questions or advice you may have. Imagine having a stress-free, clean home that allows you more time for your favorite activities, like reading, gardening, or spending time with your grandchildren. That's the power of a straightforward method that maintains equilibrium in your life and your house. Jane was afraid that she would lose her independence after her fall and be forced to leave her cherished house, where she had reared her children, prepared many family dinners, and created a lifetime of memories. However, she found that the best decluttering tip is to put functionality before perfection. To stay in charge, she organized storage for easy access, restored grab bars for safety, added a corridor chair for relaxation, digitized her favorite images to preserve treasured memories, secured rugs to prevent falls, and established a daily decluttering routine of 15 minutes. At 68, Jane's house is now a happy, secure haven. She moves confidently, organizes weekly card games with friends, and feels empowered to live her life as she sees fit. And you can accomplish this. Begin modestly. Look for dangers on your floors. Clean out a drawer or scan a treasured picture. Imagine living in a house where you are proud, free and safe every day. What's preventing you? Let's encourage one another by exchanging first decluttering tips in the comments section. Jane's tale demonstrates that it's never too late to make changes in your life and space. Please hit the like button and forward this video to someone who needs to hear it if it saved you from a decluttering catastrophe. For more transformative advice for seniors, ring the bell and subscribe to our channel.